Live Nation has ended merch cuts for small bands. A victory there for bands selling merch at their own gigs, which we've talked about before. It is shocking that they take a cut at all, in my view. But here in the Rolling Stone, it says club acts won't have to fork over merch money to Live Nation anymore. They've announced a new programme in partnership with Willie Nelson to end the merch fees that have been widely decried by artists and give $1,500 to upcoming artists who play at participating clubs. What do you reckon?
Go on, Willie. Fucking legend. Smashed it.
Big up the Willie.
Fucking hero. Yeah. Give that fucking knight that bastard now. Sir Willie, we'll call him from now on.
Sir
what
Willie.
a ledge. It's absolutely outrageous. Who the fuck are we paying for selling our own merch? That's bizarre, but yeah, what a legend. It costs so much money to make the merch. Like even breaking even is hard sometimes. So that's a good gesture. Well done, Willie. Sir Willie, sorry.
Have you faced this on any shows you've done, like with venues taking cuts and shit?
Have we had to pay out for anything on merch? I don't think we have, to be fair. We've done well. I know quite a few bands that have had that happen and had this conversation with them. And obviously me being an avid supporter of both my friends' bands, and other bands, it's just like, as a whole, I'm sure we would have faced that prospect. Had Sir Willie not intervened, we'd have faced this same problem somewhere down the line, which is terrifying. So good on him.
Just correct me if I'm wrong, you weren't allowed to sell any of your merch at Download, were you, at the takeover?
No, we weren't allowed. We weren't allowed to sell our own merch. Which again, I don't know how you sort of go about that, but it is what it is, But we still had like the fucking like that mad feeling of like seeing people wearing the merch. Do you know what I mean? Who'd probably already heard of us and had been to shows and stuff like that. But it would have been amazing as an opportunity to have that platform whilst we're there as a band playing at Download Festival, to be able to actually go and try and regain some sort of money. But I suppose for me the reward was playing there, and I will always treasure that. I think about it, at least that's like my Roman Empire. I think about it like fucking once every 3 minutes. But in terms of being able to sell merch, no, we weren't. Yeah, that was hard. It was hard. So we ended up throwing merch. That was it. We threw a few bits. Did we throw things into the crowd? I mean, it all flew by so fast. But yeah, it was cool. It was good. But yeah, the merch thing would have been helpful, especially small bands like us. We absolutely rely on merch. Is how we were able to even do stuff as a band. It's how we pay for stuff, how we pay for hotels, fuel, recordings, photo shoots, everything. It's the lifeblood really of small bands.
Because of course it's harder to make money on the actual music, which is the whole reason that you're even there.
No point fucking. No, something of a pence. I don't know. I don't even know what it works out as, but it's pennies. It's not even pennies. You'd like to say. I'd love it to be pennies. It's not pennies. It's fractions of pennies. It's like cutting up 1p's into little confetti and throwing it into the wind, and eventually that'll become a full penny, and then eventually that will become a pound. But it's hard. It's hard to make money off actual physical music or the writing the music, producing the music, and whatnot. But yeah, the merch, even if you don't like the t-shirt, even if you don't like the keyring or the hat or the sticker or the whatever, it literally is just, do you like this band and do you want to support them? Do you want to see them continue? Do you want to see them progress? That's how I would be thinking. And I will always purchase. I watch bands live all the time. I will always buy merch at every show if I can from each band, because I like the memory, I like the souvenir, I like to take a piece of that memory home with me. But I also think and feel for these bands because I live that experience and I want them to, to progress. I want them to succeed. So, yeah, it's good.
I do think in a way, because we don't get
local businesses.
Yeah, well, because we don't get tickets, physical tickets anymore, do we? You don't get the paper tickets, and so I think
that's a shame. That
a piece of merch is like the alternative, isn't it?
Yeah, it doesn't have to be a big piece of merch. And we especially with the new hall that we're trying to put together, we want to give like smaller items or like something tangible, it's small, it doesn't have to cost a lot of money, it could cost a few quid or whatever, but something to take away physically with you, from that, which is memorable for you, helpful for the band, everyone wins. God bless America. Yeah, that's what we want. We need a bit of that. Yeah.
Absolutely. He goes on to say here, touring is important to artists, so whatever we can do to help other artists, I think we should do it, Nelson said in a statement. This programme will impact thousands of artists this year and help make touring a little bit easier, because it is expensive to go on tour, and without charging £100 a ticket, I don't know how anybody goes on tour, to be really honest, but I don't know how wow. How do the sums add up, Aaron?
We stay in the same rooms a lot, Neil. We stay in the same rooms, and a lot of all the tours we've done previously, this will be the first year that we're actually hiring a van, because all the tours we've done previously, we've done in a Ford Focus.
Wow.
And me and Dan in the band have pretty much got scoliosis. We've got fucking spines look like this now because we've been crushed by gear and crushed by merch in the back of the fucking Focus. Like, at the end of every show, I'm like, no, not the fucking car. It's like, get in the car. We've got a 4-hour drive, motherfucker. Let's go. Do you know what I mean? I'm like, no, crushed, but then sealed in like fucking the guy from Star Wars in the seal. It's a very painful experience for anyone who's ever been there. And then they thaw me out at the end. I come out the other side. It's like, where are we? It's like, we're in Plymouth. I'm like,
Crushed by gear.
Oh, it's very
There's
painful.
your new name.
Crushed by gear and then sharing lots of bedrooms.
Wow.
Yeah. I've slept on floors as well. That's not good.
But you do it for it's the passion, isn't it, to live that life?
Yeah, of course I do. Of course I do. And the floor straightens the spine out that I just curved in the car. So it's it's a balance. It's a balance.
It all works itself out eventually, doesn't it?
So, of course it does. Yeah, yin and yang, innit? Don't want to get too comfortable.